Okay, Matthew, last but not least, you're up next. My mouth is really dry right now because I just did 3 demo reviews for everybody, and luckily I think yours is one of the shorter ones. I think Dylan's and Harry's were the longest, and yours is the shortest. Maybe Thomas's is shorter, I don't know. But most of your stuff comes from the T side. CD side I don't have much to comment on, because you play your spot pretty well, actually. I really liked how you were playing it, but we'll get into that later. Okay, first round I have comments on is the first gun round. I did not want to click that. It's round 3. Okay, so the banana players have opted for slow banana. They take map control, the CDs take map control, they take alt mid control, you're too far away. I remember getting really tilted about this in game and probably yelling at you a little too much than I should have, so again, I apologize for that. It really wasn't your fault. I probably shouldn't have been playing that aggressively. But one thing I want to try is this. So if they're taking fast B, we take this slow B where we're holding that window, or you're holding that window, and then I'll hold the push into apartments where you just died. I'll hold that angle, you'll hold the window. We can't exactly trade each other unless we run out and swing, but it should be fine anyways. We're playing favorable angles, so it's fine. But if it's a slow B, then we should take fast A. Because since it was slow B and slow A, they just ran us down with SMGs and shotguns. So this is a round where we should not be losing because they're playing hyper aggressively, but we get punished on both A and B, especially on A. So I just wanted to try that. It's just like kind of growing pains working with this new default setup. So nothing you really did wrong that round, just something I wanted to bring up. Next round. So this round, I did want to say that it actually worked out pretty well. I liked how we took apartments control. Obviously there was nobody there, but it was good coordination. I liked the pre-fire. In game, I was a little confused as to why, but watching your POV, I respect it. I think it actually wasn't a bad idea, especially when we're down 4-0. We'll take any cheeky kill we can get. So then we're setting up to go out mid. They smoke mid. Okay, you get into position. They resmoke mid. So now this is kind of on me, I guess, in a way, in a great way, probably. But we just drew out both of their mid smokes. I don't know if you noticed this, but like in game, I don't know if you noticed it, but rewatching it, I definitely noticed it. And I know I passively noticed it in game. I just didn't think much of it. But there's only 2 mid players on Inferno. There's a guy playing arches generally, and there's a guy playing lane. They could double up on either side. They could be both playing quad, or they can both be playing arches. Doesn't matter. But there's only 2 guys, and we just used both of their smokes because they used one early, and then they resmoked it. They used one when we threw the HE. I don't know who threw that HE. I think it was Thomas. Maybe it's Harry. But anyways. And then when they used their other one, when I threw the archer smoke. So we actually did a really good job of drawing out a lot of the utility, because the goal of the terror side a lot of the time is to draw out utility. It's impossible to retake sites and also hold these sites on Inferno because the angles are very T-sided if the CTs don't have nades. If they have nades, the angles are very CT-sided. But if the CTs don't have nades, this map becomes incredibly T-sided. And once we get control of these 2 areas, so I probably shouldn't have called to run through the smoke. I think it messes you up. You did get flashed there, so miscommunication. You just kind of died instantly. That was unfortunate. It was probably just a... I don't know. I don't exactly know what happened, but you did die a lot faster than I thought you did. So I would not put that on you. That's just unlucky that they had 2 players there. I think if they only had 1 player there, we win that duel any day. So I would not blame you for that. Even though I think I got, again, pretty mad in game. So this round, I remember I think either 1 or 2 of us died from window. You did. Okay. So what I want to try is, so I noticed you're not actually throwing any mollies ever. I don't think. Okay, yeah, just looked at my basic grenade smokes or grenade notes, and you're not actually throwing any mollies. So I want you to throw the molly through the apartment's window, the left side window. That is. It'll stop any aggression at first, and unless you're holding the angle, I want you to throw that molly, and I think it will really help out a lot, and we won't get caught out like this. Also, probably burst at that range. That's just a minor thing, because I noticed the spray was very high. Next round is round 8. Okay, so this guy peaks pretty fast. Do a good job killing him. And now it's a 3v4. So I got to kill Boiler. That's everybody on A. And we lose bomb on B. So that right off the bat, I want to compliment on that. That was, I mean, we played it perfectly. The guy Boiler was holding apartments because you had just got the kill and you were T-abs pushing in on his death cam. You would have been walking up. So he was holding that angle. I peek out from the porch room and then kill him easily. So all in all, I think we played that perfectly that round. I was really happy with that. And then he played this really well, I think. So I'm just setting up the smoke for the wall, and you're just holding this angle. You know he's close. I'm not sure why you turned there. Maybe you're afraid of a flash. Maybe you didn't realize there was only 1 guy. But either way, you did get the kill, easy enough. And so all in all, good patience. Good job not like pushing through, not just spraying at the smoke. Because in that case, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to spray at the smoke, even though you probably knew where it was. Because if you die, we lose the round like probably 40% of the time. And so securing the round by staying there and just holding that angle works out really well. So that's a good round all in all. Next round. Let's see. So you're holding that angle. I like that. I like how you peaked that angle first, like I said. Like, you peaked that angle. I would even suggest like holding it for like a split second. Maybe, alright, not a split second, but like spend like a second, maybe as low as half a second, but definitely at least half a second. Just hold that angle, because if they're like jiggle peeking, you could get timing pretty easily. So just hold it for a little bit, especially since we're not in any rush. Okay. Good pre-fire, a little low, but it doesn't really matter too much when you're pre-firing. I like how you held that angle for a little bit. Actually, in retrospect, I really like that you held that angle for like a second or two, because there is like a decent chance that he actually pushes that smoke and tries to really aggressive in apartments, since we've already seen him get aggressive in apartments. So I don't know if that was thought out or that was just like a gut instinct, but either way, good job. doesn't net us a kill, but nonetheless. Okay, so this round we did actually isolate one player. He mollies us off. I do remember you called that, and so that call was actually vital to us having the chance to take mid control. So I flash out, push up, it's an A take, and then I like how you're clearing this. I like how you double cleared it with, I forget who was in front of you. So your teammate goes down. I like how you were clearing the angles where it's likely Harry died from. He didn't communicate it because I don't think he knew where he died from. Watching his POV, I wouldn't have known where I died from either. But I like that. One thing I would suggest is jumping up on the hay bales. I suggest this to Harry as well. Jump up on the hay bales and then clear balcony and then clear small pit. You could coordinate this with Harry as well. Harry goes pit, you go up the hay bales, you clear balcony, he clears the mini pit, then you both clear big pit, because big pit's probably the more likely angle where somebody's going to be. So you should double clear that and then single clear the two angles where it's less likely there's going to be somebody. Round 11 is the next one. It's kind of minor, but I think it did help, or certainly not help us in the round. So you had bomb and then you just kind of throw it like in T-spawn, and it just sits there the whole round until towards the very end of the round. Nothing really to say. It's standard take. We're doing pretty well. After those first few rounds, I think we did really well. I like how we did fall off of that, because I don't know if you saw on the minimap, but it did make them question where we were going. And committing to that kill could have lost us the round instantly if we both died. So yeah, I'm thinking that Thomas should be the one to have the bomb since he's playing middle. He's playing the most easy position to go A or B. So you won't be the bomb carrier for once. What are you gonna do? I thought those MVPs. Okay, we ended up winning that round. The next round, you get a pretty good trade. I won't go too much into that. Round 14, I only wrote after plant, so I don't know if that meant good after plant or not. I assume it would be. So you guys end up going A. This is well played. I think I was saying that a plant for Pitt would have been probably better. To plant for Thomas, more or less. But it doesn't really matter. Here, I can show you where the plant for Pitt is real quick. So the standard plant for Pitt spot is here. You're planning for big pit really, because they have to diffuse here, here, and you're super visible from just like a peak here, and this is two angles. You're even sort of visible if they wide swing that, or if they jump up onto here. Jumping up onto here is probably where they're more likely to do, because you can see their head. But these two angles especially. So in a lot of situations, if it's 2vx, you shouldn't be planning for lane unless you plan on going apps. You should be planning for pit. Even if you plan on planning for apps, you can always like wide swing that. If there's a guy in pit and there's a guy in apps, it's probably a good or it is a good angle as well. Round 15, good peak. At some point we may have missed it, I don't know. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, we actually do this pretty well. It's a little messy, but it ends up working. So my molly clears out. So one thing I did want to add is that the molly that I'm supposed to throw, maybe I called that I didn't throw it that round, but in general, the molly that I'm throwing clears out. I can't move when it's paused. Clears out this angle and this angle, so you should be pre-aiming around here instead of, and you can do that if you aim like here and then you walk around the corner and then move your mouse as well when you're moving around the corner. And because I'm gonna be, when I swing, when I close swing, I have to clear this angle as well and then clear that, so you can just swing around the corner aiming like that. So yeah, it was a little messy on my part. I kind of like messed up the spray. I was hitting the pillar most of the time, but I remember it being quite funny. Believe you get this skill? No. Okay. Well, I would have suggested playing like sandbags maybe, or even the corner next to sandbags. Corner next to sandbags probably would have done pretty good if CT wasn't smoked. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it is or not. But anyways, yeah, it was a good mid peak together. Round 18, 19, 21, and 24. You were kind of dominating in apartments, so, and you were playing it different every single round. Some rounds you'd play passively pit, some rounds you'd play aggressively in apartments, some rounds you'd play passive aggressively, like in between the two, towards that long haul area. And so, and you caught him off guard 4 rounds, like 4 gun rounds in a row. And so I really think that was a good job staying unpredictable. Next round is round 20, it looks like. Looks like is what I wrote. Because I don't think we need to go over what you did. It seems like you know what you're doing. I believe I know this round. Yeah, so I die really early mid, and so eventually, so right now, like if we freeze right now, they know that they're open, or we know as a spectator that they're open banana. We don't know that as when we're playing, right? They're playing very passively on banana, and so one of these 2-player teams needs to get aggressive. Either you and Dylan need to get aggressive, or Thompson and Harry need to get aggressive. It doesn't really matter who, but in a 4v5, you really need information on Inferno because retaking is very unlikely, especially on A and on B when you're down numbers. And so we end up losing this round, I believe. But yeah, this is a round that I looked at from everybody's perspective. It's not just you, not just Dylan. Literally everybody did something wrong this round. So I did 5 little reviews on this round. So yeah, when we're down a player on the CT side, we need to be making plays. Need to be getting aggressive. You could flash out Dylan. Dylan could flash you out mid, and then just like take a peek down mid, you know. Then you guys could start getting aggressive alt mid. You guys could get a fast flank going. You'd run into number 0, so Litton. You'd run into Litton mid. He's got an op, but if he's flashed, you probably are gonna get this kill. So then you guys could push alt or peek into alt. You guys could then flank onto B. They already have to be scared about their B flank, and that could have been the round. And round 26 is the last round we're going to be looking at. Well, overshot, and so this is probably going to take a little bit to go back. In classic demo fashion, has to load every single tick beforehand, which takes even longer on 64 tick or 128 tick. Oh jeez, I'm at the wrong round again. Okay, well, I'll just tell you what happened. You rotated off of A little bit too early without too much information as to where they're going. They end up going A, rotating back, and so just since you like to play in the pit area, you're probably going to be the anchor player on A, and so you can just sit in pit, maybe play arches if we really think it's going to be B, but yeah, it was just a little too early on the rotate. Right, and that's about it.